To write this script, firstly, I will copy some commands from the HyperMesh. Firstly, I will create one component here, and I will try to move one of the solids in that component. And I will just try to see what is command it has written. So it has written create entity, and from here to here it has written. So I'll just go on here and copy it in one of the uh, text file, and then I can just filter out some of the commands which I don't need this. So till here is useless, and then I can just delete this also. So what it is doing, it is creating one component with component one name. So I can just delete this include 01, and then creating one mark in components one. I can just put as comp1 instead of component one. Both work the same. And the third is like creating a mark of solid one with ID1. This is nothing but the solid ID1. So suppose if I put 2 here, it will transfer this solid one mark of 2 component 1. So I'll just put here component 2, this 2, and this 2. Let's see whether this is working or not. So it should create component 2 and drag the solid to component 2. So you can see like this solid has been gone to component 2. So that means this script is working. Now we can just put a for loop here. So just I'll just try to use these commands. So firstly, let me create all solids list here. So for that, we need a mark, create solids 1, and instead of component, I will just put as displayed. So this will put or whatever solids is displayed in a screen, it will create a solids 1 mark. Then I just need a variable, so set solid list. This, and then to get this number, I will just use hm get mark solids 1. So whatever, so this command will just uh, make a list of all the solids. Though so 14 solids are uh, are so 14 solids are added in this solid 1 mark, and then if I use this one, I'll get the list of this. So this is the list of solids, and if I use this set to set a variable of solid underscore list to get this the list of solids, then I will use for each and just give any variable, suppose solid underscore id in solid list. So this will just go on every time whatever is in the solid list, it will go to solid underscore id one by one. And then I will just go on curly braces on, and whatever I want to do it here, I'll just go on here and create one component here with name as, for example, solid component underscore whatever this ID happens to be. Then I'll create this mark again as component 2. By the way, you can use instead of mark 1, you can also use 2. So 1 or 2 are separate marks, and then I can just put this one, and then I just need a solid mark again to have instead of this solids 1. So this is mark 2, and this is the solid ID I want. So dollar and this. Hmm. Now I will just move this solids to mark to this component. And then I can just end this loop. So just let me just do this. Let's see whether this is working or not. So this is working properly. Okay. So this is script, we can use it to create a collector for different solids. Automatically it will move all this one solid to a different collector. But there is a one problem in the script. We'll see. if if suppose I just hide all these solids. So if I just all this command solids one displayed, it will show as 0 solids. So I need to do something. If the solids are 0, then this script shouldn't even execute. So what I can do here is I can just go on here and type hm get mark length solids 1. So let's see whether this mark length is working or not. So it should give me 0 here. Okay, this is not working. Okay, so this get is not there in mark length. So get mark length. Let's see whether this is working or not. So this is working. It is giving a 0. So let me set some variable here. No solid, and this should be one variable. Okay, and if no solid is not equal to 0, then do this, and this one I will just use one tab here. So this loop will execute only if this no solid, no underscore solid is not equal to 0. And let's see whether this is working or not. Okay, this operator is wrong, it is saying. So this might be the issue, I think. Let's see now whether it is working or not. Okay, it's working. And if we just use this one, let's see. Now it is more error proof here. But with this script, one more issue is if whatever the components we are creating, it already exists, then this script will fail. I'll show you. Like I will just transfer this components to level 0, solids to level 0. And now if I try this script, it will say like a component by that name already exists in this model. So how to get rid of this? So to tackle this, what can we do here is up till here is fine. Mm, yeah. So instead of creating the components by name, we will just create the component. So this will just create one component. If I don't give one name, it will automatically create one component. And every time if you use this command, it will create a new component, whatever name happens to be available. And ID automatically it will take. So we will, instead of this, we can just delete this. We don't need this now. Now we need to create one mark. So for mark, we just need the IDs or the component name. So how to create one mark with this? So you can create the mark with ID also. So I'll show you. If I just want to create one mark here, I can just say 19. So it will create one mark with, sorry, 17. It will create with one mark with this component. So, but I don't even know the ID of this component. So how to do this? So if I use -1, it will always take that component whichever is the created in the last. So I'll use this -1 here, and now I can just delete this line also, and then I can just go on here and create marks. Solid ID is fine, and move solids to this component. Here I need the component name, so somehow I need to create one component name here. I need to find out the component name here. So how can I find out the component name? Is hm get mark forms is equal to 2. So let's see whether we are getting the component name from here or not. So component ID we are able to get, that is 17, using this 2 command. And from component ID we can get the component name. So let me just set one variable here, and then then I can use hm underscore get value command to have the component name. Let's see whether this is working or not. Instead of this, I'll just put, for the time being, 17. So this is working. 17 name is component 2. It is reflecting here. Now I'll just put here in variable, and let me just set this variable, and this variable I can put it here. Now I think it should work. So even if components are existing, it should work. So this is working now. You can see like that. Now let's shorten our script now. So we have used many times variable. So suppose we don't want to use this variables again and again. What can we do here? Instead of this, we can just use this. Let's see this whether this is working or not. Okay. Now this one variable we deleted, and we just able to use it in if loop. And now instead of this solid list also, we can just delete this solid list, and we can just put our variable here itself. And then create entity comps is fine. Create mark is also fine. And instead of this one, we will directly use this here. And to comment command, we can just put dollar sign. Sorry, to comment a command, we just need to put hash sign here. And yeah, let's see whether this script works or not. Yes, it is working. And let's see whether we can eliminate some other variable or not. Somewhere we are using solid ID, and this ID is called here, and component name is called here. Okay, so this is how we can just create this variable, this uh, script very easily. So this is a small script which can just move your solids into different components. So we can just delete this, and now we can just create some comments here if you want. So to add comments in the same line, we will use this and just write this comment. So create solid mark by displayed. And this is just creating component. Okay, create mark, last created component. Okay, and then create mark solids with single solid ID. Okay. Then moving that solid into a component. So these comments will have no impact in the script, but it will save the time while reading out the same script if we want to do the edit later. Just I'll paste it again and see. So it is doing the work, and I can just delete this empty collector. Okay, so this is how we can write this script in TCL, and this script, while written in HM 2019, it should work in HM 2024. Let's try this out also. So we can just copy and paste it in the TCL window, and let's see. So it is working in HM 2024, and later version also it will work. So yeah, that's how you can create one TCL script for moving solids to a different collector. And yeah, you can download it from the attachment if you want this script. And thank you. Have a great day. Bye.